Hey everybody, it is Robbi. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the third episode of Miracle Mindset. Today we're all being graced with the presence of my beautiful friend Mariama Diallo. Mariama is just an incredibly talented person. She's not only a model, she's also an entrepreneur. She has an incredible brand which we'll get into later, and she's also an actress. Basically, she does it all. You have recently worked on some incredible campaigns, KKW, Skims, you've worked with Savage Fenty and so many more that I know I would love some advice, and I know the girls at home watching this would also love some advice from you. Give us some tips for the IG model or just anyone who's wanting to level up their IG game.
Well, one thing with Instagram especially, you want to make sure your cameraman or your tripod is at the right location, right position. I like to make sure the camera is at least right here. So if I'm right here, the camera's here.
So just beneath your eyeline.
Yep, just beneath. And I like to crop. I feel like, at least for me, crop photos work better. So I'm always cropped. Okay, so we're going to use this wall. So let's say we're posing on this wall.
Okay.
You can lean back. So lean back, torso up, hand in pocket.
This is definitely something I picked up, is that you normally put one leg out.
I feel like when you put one leg in front of the other one, the first thing it does is create this shape.
Yeah.
It gives you the leg shape that you want. So if you go like this, it makes one leg, it makes you look longer and taller. So as you're leaning back now, you already look taller and your waist is already inside.
It's
like snatched. You know, you want to make sure.
So it's
snatched.
So
snatched and long.
Knowing your angles.
Knowing your angles and so one leg up, lean back, and it's the face. You already got the face. The face. It's all in the face. You want to make sure you're giving bad. Insert it right here. Energy.
I like it.
But yeah, so it's mostly an attitude. I mean, at the end of the day with social media, you want to make sure you're radiating. So you want to bring that confidence, your best self, and make sure you feel good. Because if you feel good when you're taking your photos, it usually translates very well. And one thing I also like to do is use my hands. So shapes. If you think about shapes, so a hand in a pocket creates a triangle right here. So you want to try to create triangles. And if you're doing, let's say you create a triangle here and then leave this arm down, but then pop this leg and create a triangle like right there. So now you have shapes.
So it's like more interesting for the eyes.
For the eyes, and you fill up the frame nicely too. So you add more different elements, and by doing that.
So you wouldn't do two on the top and then obviously kind of two on the bottom.
Two on the bottom, but let's say if you have on the dress.
This is me. I'm like Mariama told me to pose like this. I'm making a diamond. Extra triangles is extra aesthetic, right?
I mean, we love a triangle. Because I have on a skirt right now, so I can do a triangle with my leg this way, but then this right here, chill, laid back. Mm-hmm. But you can do both arms. Like if you have on a dress, like a bodycon,
you want to kind of stitch it.
You can use both hands because you want to show it. So you can just cross your leg, one leg in front, create that shape, chest up. And when you do that, it's just kind of what I've noticed.
Well, I didn't realize my posture was so bad. It's the first time like, oh, okay.
It makes a difference. It makes such a difference. And what I've realized is if I put my chest up a little, it makes my waist look smaller. But one thing I've learned, you don't want to look stiff, so you'll do it and then you just relax into it.
When I first kind of started getting more into social media, before it even became my career, I was so awkward in front of a camera. You guys, you don't even know.
I can tell.
I was so awkward. So I kind of practiced in front of a mirror. And I mean, what do you think about that? I think sometimes we're so scared to get in front of a mirror, and actually it feels awkward, but you're sitting there and you're kind of practicing and seeing what angle do I like myself at?
I think it's the best way. And honestly, if you're taking photos, especially for social media, if you need to flip the camera and look at yourself as you're taking the photos, do that. Do that, because that's the only way to learn. If you're not practicing, if you don't know what you look like and you don't feel confident, I think
it's gonna show.
It's gonna
if you're
show.
Not feeling confident.
And that's what I like about practicing in the mirror. I still practice. I think everyone should always practice. At the end of the day, because it's social media and it's a representation of you and what you do. So your audience usually already follow you, they love you, and most of the times it's friends and family. So I think we overthink it sometimes, but just post it. Feel good, feel amazing. Just remember small little things, chest up, your face, a little curves here and there.
Any last tips for us?
I mean, I feel like you should be giving me tips. Like Robbi, she's so freaking dope. I feel like I should be getting lessons. One thing I've noticed when I'm doing content for social media, one thing I realize works well is accessories. Using accessories. I think that's literally one of the biggest hacks you can have.
That's
so
so
if you have a
true.
purse, use your purse, put it right here, look away, play with it, accessorize, use scarves, use different things.
That's actually a really good way to level up a basic photo. And then if you add in a bag, it just adds in a different element.
Add something, yeah.
I love that.
If you're doing swim, you can shoot in your swim, or you can put your swims on, put some jeans on, or you can put on shorts or wrap them up and put your hand right here. Look away. There's so much you can like.
It's so cool. It's just effortlessly cool.
Small things you can do to like spice it up. You know.
I love the quote that the sexiest thing you can wear is confidence. Not even just in front of a camera, but in general life with people, with myself. I feel it's so true. So being confident, it really does translate to the camera.
You can see your energy through the photo, and
it's
like
gonna
the
grab you,
confidence.
and you're gonna
It stops. Well, I just slowly come back up, and I'm like, wow, okay, this looks fire.
I see you. It's
so
that
like you can see it. You can see their energy, and I think it's as long as you're bringing your energy and you're serving face and you're confident in it, it's the world. You're gonna get that.
So thank you for these tips, and I'm sure everyone at home is loving these tips as well, because there's nothing more powerful than owning who you are and feeling confident.
Thank you.
So now that I've got you here in the hot seat, I'm so conscious. I'm like, leg out, triangles, I got this.
She actually gave me tips when we sat down. She's like, leg out. I'm like,
no.
I
I would love to start this show the way that we start every single episode, and that is asking my guests, what is the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
One of the best pieces of advice that I can remember is every problem has a solution. Sometimes I get in my head when I have so much going on. I'm like, oh man, how am I gonna figure this out?
Yeah, overwhelmed.
Blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes. And
yeah.
I think about that. I'm like, okay, Mariama, just take a breath.
Yeah.
Slow down. Step by step.
And find a solution.
Find a solution. Instead of thinking things are impossible, now that I have this mindset that I can really do anything, I just have to break it down.
And find that solution.
Yeah, and take smaller chunks at a time instead of looking at this big, giant problem.
So just to get started, we would love to hear a little bit more about your backstory.
So I'm originally from Guinea, West Africa. I was born there, and like when I was younger, I traveled a lot. My dad is an engineer, so we traveled a lot. I lived there until I was about 10, and then I moved to America when I was 11. And that's where I learned to speak English. So I grew up in a French-speaking country, so I speak Fulani, French, and English.
Wow.
And I grew up in Atlanta. I always knew I wanted to act and model. First, I knew I had to go to school because I'm African and my parents don't play that. So like it was always the school.
You're going to school.
So once I got into college, I used to go to class, and then I worked at Chick-fil-A. I'll go put in my shift at Chick-fil-A. Then afterwards, I would go on set and do like a free photo shoot. Or I signed up on a lot of sites to do extra work, and that's kind of how I got into it. And the first set I was on was for Hunger Games, and I remember just being on that set like, whoa, this is cool. No one told me you're on set for 12 hours though. So
it's a big day.
It was a big day, but it was great because I was learning so much.
But you persevered and
persevered.
You stuck with it.
Listen, top, straight A students, we don't play, top of my class.
I think that's one of the things that I love so much about Mariama is she just breaks every single stigma around a beautiful woman. I hate that stigma that, there's a beautiful woman, she's not intelligent. And that is just so far from the truth of Mariama.
I just slowly use that stigma to work for me. It's interesting because I've been able to use that to my advantage. So because I'm a model, a lot of people would underestimate me.
Yeah.
And for the first few years of my career, I just kind of like just watched, I've observed.
And you took it in.
I took it in. I think that's why I'm a great designer. I've been able to start my business because I learned so much by just being quiet and having people underestimate me. Oh, she's not listening, she doesn't understand. And they'll just talk over me, they'll act like I'm not there, and especially as a model, like they'll even tell you you're here, you're a standing hanger, and I'm so happy that whole
people said that
idea of change, but especially like back then, it's not gonna change anything. You can underestimate me, but that's a you thing, that's not a me problem.
Put that on the screen. I think there's something so humbling and so powerful in what Mariama just said about being still and being quiet and observing.
Sometimes like the struggle is where you learn your biggest lesson, and you learn that etiquette, and it humbles you, and sometimes people miss those lessons and they get these opportunities, and unfortunately you've all seen it, they end up messing up these opportunities. So the road less traveled is usually the best one.
Just sitting and just chatting with Mariama because she just has so much to say and she's so insightful, and as you can hear, she's just like absolutely intelligent. So I love that. Thank you.
I love you.
So Mariama is also dating someone who is in a similar industry as her. He is a model and actor, and obviously you guys know that I date Alex, who is also a social media entrepreneur. So obviously that can be really challenging sometimes, and I know that's definitely something that me and Alex struggle with, sometimes turning off, like switching off work. But obviously it can be a really good thing as well, so you can vent and you can have these discussions and encourage each other and help each other with opportunities that you're getting. So how do you find that? Because I know that can be a really, really tough thing to navigate, especially when you're both so busy.
So busy. No, I definitely agree with you 100%. It's been great because you have a partner and a teammate in a way that you usually don't in this industry. It's weird because although it seems so social, it is called social media, sometimes it can be a very lonely industry.
Very, very, very.
And everyone is kind of like looking out for themselves. So with having a partner and someone who really truly cares for you, you end up getting like that advice.
Yeah.
With us, we've been able to like pick off of each other, give each other ideas, and like these conversations when you, because I want to see him win and he wants to see me win.
Yeah.
So the advice like always comes from that, which I think sometimes is hard to find. Of course, there's challenges, just like in your relationship, it always comes. But I feel like just having someone on your side that wants to see you.
Even though it could be annoying because there's no boundaries and you talk about it too much, you still know at the end of the day, falling asleep and that this person wants the best for me, which is like a pretty good feeling.
And we both want it so bad. When you know something is bigger than you get excited and you're talking about it. Like especially like something like this, you're inspiring so many young girls, so you end up thinking about it, and like it's something exciting, it's something purposeful. So of course you're gonna talk about it, you know. But it's better for you to talk about it with someone who's gonna be like, wow, that's amazing, you should also do this, than someone's gonna be like, well, I don't even know if you should try that. Yeah, that's because a lot of people, unfortunately, you'll tell them your ideas and they'll literally before you fully process it, they'll tell you that you shouldn't do it.
And that's why it's so important to have a good group of people around you. I heard people say this before and I thought, no, I'm gonna have so many friends the older I get. But honestly, like my circle has gotten smaller, and comment below, let me know if you have experiences too. But it really has, like my circle has got significantly smaller, but the people that I have around me, I know genuinely, like one, they're going to encourage me, but two, if I tell them something, they're going to motivate me to get it done, and then they're gonna hold me accountable. That's the other thing, they're gonna hold me accountable.
That too. She keeps me on it, and I really, really appreciate that. Having your friends hold you accountable that are excited for you, like it really makes a difference. And girl, I'm with you. I have like 2 friends, like.
But good.
But you know, I know so many people, but like when I say friends, I mean like family. Like I consider you family, friends that are family, and you don't need a lot. You just need good people, just a few good people, especially in LA, girl, because ciao.
So moving on to our final question, and that is, what has been your biggest struggle navigating, I would just say, life, as far as trying to do everything? You're trying to do social media, you're trying to do a business, you've got a YouTube, you've got a TikTok, you've got a modeling career, you're a busy and booked actress. Like that is it's a lot for one person. On top of that, you've got a relationship and your family. Like there's so many moving pieces. So my question is, what is the hardest part and how do you manage that?
That's a good big question, and I want you to answer that as well, because I would love some tips as well. But I think that's something like, just especially like as a woman, anyone who's an entrepreneur, you understand like there's you don't really have a choice, you just have to get it done. But I would say for me, one of my biggest challenges has been time management and finding time for myself. That's saying, okay, today is a day for me, I'm gonna just relax, I'm gonna go to the park, even small little things. I'll delete my apps for the weekend. So just finding these little secrets has helped really prioritizing myself and my time. What would you say?
I'm a big list girl. I have so many lists. I have my notes on my iPhone. So when I wake up in the morning, one of the first things I do is I create a list. Like, what do I have to do today? Because I'm one of those personality types that gets very overwhelmed. Not trying to take on too many things at once, and genuinely writing down the most important things and prioritizing, separating it. And that's been a big lesson that I've learned, honestly, only over the last couple of years, is when I am overwhelmed, I used to look at a whole situation and look, I've got this coming up next week and that next week. Stop. It doesn't matter. Look at today, because you got to remember, today is the day that we stressed about yesterday. And now we're here in today that we stressed about yesterday, but we're already stressing about tomorrow. So staying in today, if you don't get something done, it's going to be okay. You're going to make it work. So that's probably been my biggest piece of advice, is to stay in today and to create lists.
No, that's really good advice.
Well, look, thank you so much for being here. I know you have a football match to get to, which I never thought I would say to you.
Me neither, girl.
But I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
And guys, and I'm so excited that you got to meet beautiful Mariama today. She just has so much value to offer and she's just incredible. So please check her out. I'm going to link her below. I'm also going to link her brand, which honestly, I should have worn it today because it is just such an incredibly beautifully well-made brand. So I can't speak highly enough of it.
Thank you. So I made in Los Angeles, all designed by me, and I put my heart and soul into this brand. So I'm very excited to see it grow. It's literally my baby.
Thank you so much for chatting with me. I know so many women are just going to take so much out of this, and men too. And I'm also excited to see your posing on the gram. So if you do take any of these tips, let us know.
Please share with us. I would love to reshare and see it. No, that's amazing.
Thank you guys. We'll see you very soon.
Of course. Thank you so much. Thank you guys.